By virtue of our existing and without exception, everything and everyone has a field or corona of light surrounding it called the aura. This corona of electromagnetic light, composed of many layers, many say 7, holds together the matter that makes up our physical body. It also holds together every single particum of creation, animate and inanimate. Each thing or being constantly emanates frequency back into the field of consciousness, its own aware consciousness of being and its awareness of everything else around it. In the layers of the aura closest to the body is a powerful electromagnetic field composed of positive and negative electrum. But beyond this field, there is no division of positive and negative. There is only one pure energy field of light. Each layer of the aura could be equated with one of 7 fundamental consciousnesses, but I believe there are more. The first physical etheric layer closest to the body could be associated with a consciousness of reproduction and survival. It relates to the root center. The next layer out is the emotional layer. It may be associated with fear and pain, and that aligns with the sacral center. Still further out is the mental layer, which corresponds to power. It's relative to the solar plexus center, where our second brain resides, the solar plexus. Next is the astral layer connected to the heart center. It relates to felt love, relational empathy. The next etheric template layer connected to the throat center corresponds to expressed love, connected with spiritual truths through the throat. And still further outward, the 6th layer of the aura aligns with God seen in all of life, associated with the third eye, vision center. Aligned with the crown center, we've got the 7th layer of the auric field, the catheric layer, kether, meaning royal crown, is oneness realized. It's important to develop an intimate awareness of our energetic centers. Balancing the 7 major centers is foundational to beautiful wellness and vitality. Chakra balancing with Phyto 5's non-GMO, truly unique vegan essential oil blends assists to maintain a proper flow of energy and balance in our vital energetic system. Just by placing a small amount on your fingertip and lightly massaging into the center point of each energetic center, you intuitively feel needs balancing or restoration. Thanks for tuning in. Follow for more. In the meantime, visit www.tonyad.tv/Phyto5.
Inshallah and Ashe, as always, blessings to you on this mystical Monday. I didn't realize that intro video was so long, but very informative, I will say. We're in the season of the moon, the night sky illumination, our sacral, emotional empathy, our inner child, our inner, I would even say our inner woo-woo, nurturing our inner baby, the home, our emotional foundation. Where do we feel safe? The Archangel Gabriel, the season of Cancer. And how was the full moon meditation? Strawberry Fields Forever takes me back to the Beatles or the Bee Gees. However, you are listening to the weekly energetic snippet. I am your host, the Tonya D. I'm a practicing holistic shaman medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon, a reflector in human design. Following the lunar energies through the seasons, the celestial heavenly bodies, with the gates in human design and so much more. I do call myself a holistic Sha medium, which is just a choreography, just merging each and every one of them, mapping out the 4 pathways, one design at a time. I'm ultimately here to show you who you are, why you've arrived on the planet at this particular time through gift and purpose. And if you are new to my show, my channel, please subscribe, ring the bell to not just alert other celestial lunar beings that resonate with my frequency, but also uplift the algorithm as we are all evolving our inner glimmer, radiating our brilliance for all the world to see, to shine our starlight. I also have a unique membership mentorship offer online, the Shamanic Healing Academy. It's the Sha in the medium. As we're glimmering through this, the Sha in the medium, there we go. It's an online grimoire It's a library of all of my intuitive offerings for an introductory offer of only $3.99 for the first 30 days, and then $19.99 thereafter. I really see it as an online virtual coven, a sacred gathering space designed so that you can share your insight, your magic, your gift, your purpose as well. Gift and purpose are really a collaboration that go together. You can't have one without the other. So what's in the online virtual library? I thought you'd never ask. Well, you can learn at your own space and your own pace. It's a foundation for beginners, a personal energetic medicine journey in the energy body demystified. But if you're proficient or a master, change your stars plus voices and secrets of the other world are also in there. It's more of the origins. I like to see it as a grimoire where we really add continually to it, ritual insights through an indigenous technology, access to all of my Spill the Tea replays, by the way, which are super amazing. And if you missed June Spill the Tea, I'm here to tell you, you definitely missed an amazing ebb and flow. July Spill the Tea is going to be about our heart center, becoming heart-centric, the sun, ultimately the star, the vibrancy that we all are, plus other mystical musings. The Coven is an online community. It's off of social media. It's a very private social space within the Shamanic Healing Academy. And just being a seer into the unseen as I follow the goddess of the night, mapping out our emotional field, the astral field, along with the etheric highway, the channels and the gates in human design, I offer daily rituals, lunar rituals, even sun ones, animals, elementals, and really so much more. So just feeling into your natal moon sign as the tides of the seasons are changing. That's what literally this is all about, the Cancer season. Took that from my show. But your natal moon is what we feel, and it feels differently through each season. I'm actually crafting a moon grimoire so that you can actually journal with your natal moon and get more in touch with your frequency, vibration, and your flow, the waters. So as the moon travels through the seasons in and at different phases, I stay curious of the goddesses, all of them. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe here on YouTube, as well as ringing the bell and doing all the other juicy things. I really feel like it's time. It's beyond time. I've given divine timing to take my shows, boosting that algorithm for my new subscribers and whatnot, and just really sharing your birthright with your friends. It is our birthright to shine and activate this and glimmer to a new angel number weekly, if not daily. Also, to join me for Spilling the Tea, all you got to do is join the Musing News, make your inbox glimmer. That's where that happens. Spill the Tea is always on the third Friday of each month. It's a live venue through Zoom in an online coven. 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time. And if you're wanting to catch the replays, they're always in the Shamanic Healing Academy under Spill the Tea. Or subscribe to make your inbox glimmer and join me there. The live link is always sent out through email the day before and also 15 minutes before I do go live. That's a second one. I do a multi-streaming, but you do need to check your spam as well so you don't miss the show. I multi-stream this show through different venues, once in the portal, the coven, and also live through Zoom. So Reflector's guidance this week. The moon was glowing this morning. I just want to say, I sleep outside. The energy as I chatted with the moon was just in her glory, taking in her radiance. I really want to know how the full moon, the harvest moon, was for you. Did you notice or find anything like coming to fruition, blooming from the new moon? This is an emotional maturing, or maybe you're feeling as if a project has come to fruition. It has matured. Not so much wise, but it's matured. It could be anything really. So with the sun in Cancer, we're going to be going through the emotional field, our emotions. So it's time to really shine our brilliance, stepping out onto the stage, out into the world, the life stage, if you will. The stars are really aligning with this cosmic swirling is what I want to say with the sky, the summer solstice, the full moon. There's so much good and goodness going on to kick off the moon season. So this really is a raging time to embrace our star, our brilliance, and just really radiating and shining our light, sharing it with the world. And Cancer is a magical time to really connect with our roots, exploring our ancestors, and delving into our origins, like where we originated from, the traditions, our revolutionary energies. It's a festival, cooking, gathering, something that really connects us to our roots and just honoring our ancestors. It can also be a very deeply grounding, healing, and just having a gratitude kind of an experience, I'll say. This may be an emotional tide, so really be in touch with your feelings. Celebrate the tapestry, the threads of your ancestors. It's like an ancestral revival. But on this moon's magic day, the moon herself, the goddess of the night, is in the season of Aquarius. It's a waning moon for the entire week before we hit the last quarter. With being in the season of the moon, we literally may be feeling a little more inspirited, innovative, kind of eclectic energy, like the wow factor, even feeling new energy, a burst of a new vibrational, a synchronicity, if you will. And then on Wednesday, the moon actually moves into Pisces, the dream state awareness on Wednesday, activating both, I will say, Saturn, who's off on holiday, and also Neptune, taking both an inspirited action, and also feeling in spirit, the spirit of action. This may feel like even a spiritual karmic revolution, an initiation, a spiritual initiation, divine guidance, along with divine timing. Things happen for us, not to us. Just letting things like flow down the rivers, because the moon's going to be trining into the sun. So we may feel the sensation of spirit, our higher self, our Sera, really having a feeling of really engaging, not so much with the spirit to spirit conversation, but feeling spirit inside of us, embodying spirit, where spirit is offering us like a nurturing blanket, a whoopee. And then the moon at the end of the week actually moves into Aries, squaring the sun, right? So you may burst at the seams, if you will, acting out on your emotions. The moon also has a glimmer. It goes void, of course, for not very long, I will say, but just feeling into your feelers before saying something or emoting something. It's okay to be vulnerable. Go to the water if you're feeling that, but feel before you make your move. Aries likes to move first as well. And on the menu, like I said earlier, I do have gift and purpose once again. Let me see if I can find something here. I see my spill the tea. What is happening for me? Life is always happening for us, right? Let's see. This is no fun when I can't find what I'm looking for, right? Well, either way, I think I will just go with gift and purpose. That'll be it. On the menu. So if your soul is calling to join me, this is an online webinar. I usually do them in person, but I was like, why am I not doing these online? It's very transformational for people to really get to the underlying current of your gift and purpose. This online webinar is August 10th. The price is going to go up August 1st, by the way. So if you're feeling stuck or any and all the things, lost, dazed, confused, relationship, I kind of map that out for us. I dive into the elements, the subtle elements as well, the planets, astrology, numerology, the energetic system, our subtle bodies, and a lot more. Plus the guidebook is hallelujah amazing, I'll say. But it's August 10th. It's $33 now, and the price goes up August 1st. I believe it's $55, but I'm kind of feeling $66, keeping it angel number aligned. That's kind of what I'm sensing. Also, if you didn't know, I'm a cowrie shell diviner. I do cowrie shell divinations. The code for this is Believe33. If you're feeling like you need more of a one-on-one, a private session, I also sense that people may need more than one-on-one. So if you're feeling confused, addressing the forces of adversity, there's something like on the tailspin. It could be career, relationships, any of the things really, home, an identity crisis, all the things. I give rituals as prescriptions for my divinations from the otherworldly medicine cabinet is how I see that. taking us back to our authenticity. Sometimes we get at a crossroads, but your spirit knows, and sometimes we need an oracle, a seer, to look at things with a different set of eyes to get us on our pathway. But cowrie shell divinations and change your stars, the quiz, they both go very well hand in hand after, I suppose, with gift and purpose or before for some inner self discovery. Online, just mapping this all out, it's a lot happening on. But during a divination session, it really is, I feel, better to do a package because there's an integration process of the rituals. So it's not like a quickening kind of thing. You may feel something instantaneous. But we really do begin by invoking the world of spirit, seeing where you are, integrating these rituals, crafting your own unique soul harmonic that you vibrate and you're aligned with your gift and purpose, which is unique and individual to you. It really is the foundation to the elemental pathway. We always have to have a foundation. It's kind of like learning the ABCs. But we also cycle through the seasons. We are just like nature and being a part of nature. The sun, the heavenly frequencies, playing and creating on the earth plane. That's really what we're here to do. And if you haven't yet taken that Change Your Stars quiz, I highly recommend it. I would recommend that you start with that and then join me for Gift and Purpose, a live event, or get a cowrie shell divination as well. Just remember to use the code BELIEVE, all caps, 33. But this is where we really dive into the subtle energies. It may be the environment. It could be people that we surround ourselves with. It's like, what's in the way? Often we get in our own magical way, right? Seriously, I know that myself. I mean that with compassion and love, absolute streams of light. And then the Chinese 4 pillars of destiny. This is about mapping out your elemental design, the Chinese biorhythm, the algorithm. We all are connected to nature. And we also receive telltale signs through the skin, the body, the subtle energies. The body has a unique language. It gives us insight into a variety of things, all the things, whether it's health, wealth, career, relationships, ancestors, really tuning in and listening to your body. And when we give our body, spirit and soul, an energetic tune-up, we get a vibrational tune-up. It's just like a car or a guitar or any kind of instrument. We really should tune up our spirit along with our soul. I did see an amazing Facebook post in the Shaman's portal, by the way. I can't remember his name, but I do follow him, about connecting to the beings of nature, whether it's a tree spirit and really connecting to the tree, the frequency, just living life on the earth plane, water. However, if the body is not in alignment, then I really go to the home, the energies of the home, feng shui. Houses carry a divine blueprint too. They have a birth chart just like we do. So besides the celestial energies, of course, I have podcasts, both new and full moon meditations, sacred spirit circles, moon rituals, along with my weekly energetic show. However, let's get on to the elemental highway today, which I'll add. So the elemental highway this week, we have a Yin Earth Goat of a day, an Earth Sheep day with double Earth. The heavenly frequency, the vibration of the day, the sheep is associated with Mother Earth, nurturing, helping us to tune into the body. The sheep or the goat really teaches us to listen to our body, being embodied. So it's a fantastic day to do a vital check-in. It's yin energy, earth element rules the center of the home, and this energy is centering, but it's also downward. So if our day today feels comforting, grounding, nurturing to you, or if this strong earth element feels heavy, especially if you are a sheep or another earth sign like the ox, the dog, or the dragon in the year. So in the day, it really is a fantastic day for clearing out what no longer serves us, whether it's an activity, a habit, material things, could be people, places. But the chi, the energy is vibrant with the sheep teaming up with the secret friend, which is the horse there. So in a session, the earth sheep appears as a reminder from Mother Earth to really slow down and return to our center, remove ourselves from the busyness, taking a time out to really replenish our vital energies, our inner self. Earth is also the lymphatic circulation. Those are imbalances of toxicity in the body, feeling sluggish. Sugar is not fantastic for somebody with this much earth energy, I will say that. Imbalances of acne, any kinds of toxicity. I'll just go with acne. Sugar, digestion, spleen, stomach, those kinds of energies. It's a transitional energy. So the hour of the snake creates a fire direction, which is the south, and a fire cycle. So this is producing. It's going to be producing more of this, more product. It's a production kind of a day as well. So seeing our harvest come to fruition and literally starting to bloom. Water. Our day needs water. So take a bath, sit by a river, the ocean, really connect with water. It could be a rainstorm, a torrential raging river. I've seen a lot of that in Moab. The rains creating water, but elemental water is highly on the vibration for this week. Now on to the messages, which is kind of my favorite part in a way, on top of the 4 pillars. I am going with my Weave the Tarot deck, but on this mystical Monday, on this Moon's Day, we have the 8 of Swords, number 8. I don't know if you can see this is great. These cards kind of have a foiling effect. So there is that. I'll turn it around though. On this mystical 8. 8 of Swords. Either way, it's an 8 of Swords. It's Saturn. Off the cusp on a full moon. Saturn dancing in Pisces, also going retrograde. It's our spiritual karma. We're revisiting it. Maybe we're maturing. Maybe things are coming to term. Maybe we're healing the forces of adversity within our family lineage through spirit. Like when a stock or a bond matures, it's kind of a maturing energy. Often it's perceived as imprisonment, like being imprisoned, self-victimization, stuff like that. But this is a message. It's bringing us that we are actually freer than we may think, believe, or feel, I'll say, or even know. Anything keeping us stuck is not actually holding us back the way we think it is. So ultimately, we are the solution to our own problems, our own magicness. We might not feel like we actually have the power, but we do. We have the power to change the circumstances. So it kind of brings us a little bit of a kick in the ass kind of energy as well through tough love energetically. We don't really see ourselves trapped in self-doubt, self-criticism, self-worry, whatever, when the power we have is literally inside of us. So this is us taking our power back. This is our invitation to actually move forward because it's simply a matter of choice, free will. And the stuckness, the pullback on this energy that's found here often can be one that has been with us for a very long, long time. Saturn, right? Saturn is father time. So we've been hanging on for way too long. And for a lot of people, it may be easy to move forward once they know it is their choice. But for others, it may seem near impossible. And if it seems challenging for you today, especially with all that earth, really try to empower yourself in small ways, simple ways, baby steps. Make it easy. The fastest way to build our power is to do things that really push our boundaries, energetic or otherwise. Anything that really makes us feel uncomfortable, unfamiliar, anything that's off kilter that we don't normally do. Maybe we want to take a class, but we're afraid to do it. Maybe we always love the idea of going out to eat alone or going to a movie by yourself. People might see us as a loser or a loner. So I'm just saying, go do things that really make you nervous. Start and build our way up. This is an amazing way to realize that we are far more capable than oftentimes we or others would make ourselves believe or even feel or think, for that matter. Then on Terrific Tuesday, which is Mars Day, we have the ruler of wands. Can you see her? It's kind of hard. I apologize. I wondered that when I did this. But however, the ruler of wands. So wands, there's a fiery energy just like Mars. So this is an action energy. This is our raw potential, having creative boosts, if you will, excitement, passion, inner inspiration, being seen, being in control, the action we take with some passion being initiated. The Sovereign of Wands actually brings the creativity, and it's the ruler of wands that brings us the pure vision, the insight, the vision that goes with it. So we can see what we want to build and craft and create, our creativity. We know what steps need to be taken instead of putting it all on our own shoulders. This is an energy that's time to look outside ourselves and outsource. for some support. Creating and building, we need support. So this is a very, I'll say, encouraging card. It's an optimistic energy. Excuse me. Ashe, that's always the ancestors, by the way. But this is definitely incredibly encouraging. I'll take that. Just suggesting that the big dreams that we carry with us are ready to be made physical and take form. And I just want to say, I'm so grateful that my ancestors had me sneeze there. So they're on board with what I've got going on. So sometimes there's things we need along the way. So we do need support. They're going to find us. And I always like to say what is seeking me is also, what I am seeking is also seeking me. So our job really is to remain plugged into the big picture. Our ideas are not simple, and oftentimes they can't be done by alone time, by ourselves. So it's time to really take care and choose the best people, the ones who believe in your vision, your creativity, who will really dedicate themselves to whatever project you're inspiriting. It's time to take full commitment from everybody. Reminds me of the linchpins. That's been my new thing lately. But we must inspire some positive action, not demand it, as we head into these efforts. So we must also remain balanced and prioritize self-care, nurturing ourselves as well. Otherwise, we usually aren't as effective in our leadership role as we could be. So I find that's very galactic juicy. And then on Mercury's day, we have the Two of Wands, which you can kind of see the hands there. I'm going to put it down. It seems like you can see it better when I don't have it holding in my. The Two of Wands on Wizardry Wednesday. This is feeling the sparks, right? The wands, fire, building on our passion, the drive, our emotions are flowing, coming after the ruler. So this is kind of it's signaling a transition from our raw inspired energy, inspirited energy, into the action energy. And the message of our to-do list, that's kind of like get her done kind of thing. Create the deadlines, get organized, take the pure raw potential, the energy that we have at the beginning of the project. We still got to stream forward. So it's asking us, how do we translate it into the real world? Different projects, different strokes. They all have different steps. Everybody has a different need, which are the relevant, specifics. Which one's specific? The important thing is that we don't take our idea too seriously, or maybe we're taking it seriously enough to do all the things that most people really don't love to do. Sometimes we got to do things that our heart's not totally in line with. We got to pick up the pieces sometimes. So what does that look like? It's like having a new business, but you're not getting yourself a business bank account. It's the metaphysician, metaphysically. So these are real world steps that matter. We do need a business bank account, even if it's empty, to create the container for our work that we're doing. It really holds the energetic transactions of our work. We're putting it out there. So if you simply use your personal bank account, say, the lines are kind of blurred. We're kind of sending a mixed message out into the universe. So the messages could be confusing to our spirit space. So there are kind of declarations to the universe of, I am taking this seriously, so you better do the same. Again, what I'm seeking is also seeking me. So what will the next level be where we're going? So just reflecting on our history with this step in the past. Have you embraced this aspect within yourself and outside of yourself? Have you resisted it? And if you've gotten stuck in the past, I know I have, consider the feelings that have risen each time that really prevented any progress. I find for myself, it's usually people, places, people usually that have held me back a little bit. So where did we inherit these patterns? You kind of have to go back there. Action does require us to have confidence, commitment, boost of self-esteem. It's ultimately our choice, and we make every day, like we have to show up. Things break down in order to break apart and become something better. I always say there's magic on the other side of chaos. So it's about renewing our commitment to the process of whatever it is we're building in each and every morning as we do this. But at the same time, we do have to pay attention to all angles of a project. In particular, it's going to be the plans, preparing for all the what ifs that get in the way, the devil in the details. If we ignore the details in the beginning, they tend to play out later. That causes the collapse, the tower to fall. So you wouldn't really build a house in the summer. Maybe you would, not knowing what the material you need in the winter, different roofs in different places, right? I just think of my roof. Either way, it's inviting us to go over everything, start to finish, be clear, even get a different set of eyes, maybe ask somebody outside of your village and see what you may be missing, removing the blinders oftentimes. And then on Jupiter's day, remember to blow in your cinnamon. Ooh, look at that. We've got the Six of Swords. Again, I'm going to put this down because it's kind of hard to see. You can see it sideways. The Six of Swords. These are great cards. I know they illuminate a little differently. I've actually never used them for my show live, I guess. But we have the Six of Swords. It's like, what are we cutting away that is no longer serving us? Coming off of yesterday, right? Or Wednesday. So releasing something. It's like, are we receiving? Are we accepting? A lot of air. Swords are air signs, and we've had 2 swords this week. So bravery, power, communication, inner intelligence, ambition. So this is our chance, the inevitable and the transition. It's even moving on. It's really about letting go. It's a major transition, possibly one that's filled with sadness and grief. It's life-changing. Something might be forced upon us, but just knowing the road ahead is the best one for us. And remaining where we're at is not an option. We become stagnant. We come at a stalemate. We're in the stillness. So this change has been in development for quite some time. It may take some time until we feel through it, actually. But the Six of Swords is kind of the acknowledgement of the path that we're on. It's going to lead us to a whole new world where we have more opportunity to really show a glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. We might be still in the tunnel. It's not any fun, but however, we can't see any light. So instead of like the rapid transition or the transformation, whatever that is, there is a quietness in this journey. There is a stillness. There is some solitude that the challenge will kind of be over soon. It's in the repertoire. Often where people struggle in any situation is we try to rush the process, not feeling good or comfortable with our life immediately, triggers this desire to escape, to desperately find the good and the gooder and the greater. But being able to surrender to the experience allows it to shift more easily. So it's like, what are the things we can do in the moment that really help us have that inner peace with where we're at now? How can we honor? How can we say goodbye to the life or the things that we are leaving so we can move forward? Often, people resist change. And ultimately, it's the change we need to make, whether it's a habit, maybe we need to change our eating habits, our exercise routine. Maybe we're at a stalemate job and we need to move forward. So if you're struggling to let go, it's time to accept that we do need to move forward. Sometimes we struggle with this because we feel powerless, especially if someone made the choice for us. It could be a partner that broke up with us, a divorce, a job is a divorce even, something we're let go of. Just try to acknowledge the choice we make, no matter how small, and really take your power back. It really helps us to realize that we can make the changes on our own best interest. We just know, we need to do it. Ultimately, the universe is moving us where we ultimately belong. It's kind of how I see that. I'm going through this myself, so I'm kind of curious about Thursday. And then on Fantastic Friday, we have the Seven of Cups. Look at that. The Seven of Cups. What a great card. And look at the eye in the sky. So 7 to me is spirit connection to spirit. Numerology, right? The 7 of Cups, spirit. So we're going to feel the emotions of spirit. It's a spiritual kind of day with the cups, right? Emotions, water, intuition. It's also our relationships, our emotional foundation, healing waters, our subconscious, that connection. I think it's spiritual healing, like ancestral wound healing. That's what it kind of feels like. Dreaming, having those magical, whimsical thoughts, even illusions. I'm kind of feeling into Neptune, right? So this really represents the spectrum of magical thinking and all the waves. On one end or one side, we've got alchemy. And on the other side, we have denial. So thinking can really assist us and motivate us, but not if it's not grounded in reality. You have to bring what you're trying to manifest into this world. It's ignoring those problems and hoping everything's going to be peachy. A major problem or a warning. There's a message here to focus on the external, the future being magical and wonderful. So if you get the partner, the job, the house, the money, all the things, eventually this pattern creates a lack of awareness. And if we externalize our happiness, we also externalize our issues. So our refusal to take our own responsibility places our blame usually on somebody else, someone else, even our guilt. So there's kind of this alluring magical energy in this message. It can indicate wonderful things, but we must really approach it with I'm gonna say like an evil level-headedness. So this message really presents us a choice, an offering, if you will, an offering, two sides, it's dual-sided. So do you want the fantasy or do you want reality or do you want both? If it's the reality, you must change what you're doing now. We do have a few options. We always do, available to us at any moment. So like, are we centering ourselves in order to make the choice that we're in the most alignment for our highest good, good and gooder, our greatest good? It's not a time to go with those get rich quick kind of schemes and a shot in the dark, if you will. So sit with what you are most sustainable. Sit with something that you feel will hold out for the long haul, that you can nurture along the way. And pay attention to your feelings, definitely. Listen to spirit. Spirit might come through a feeling, like what dreams speak to you? Do you feel you can bring your dream into reality? That's kind of what I'm sensing with all of this, actually. Okay, so on to the messages. Let's get that up. Not the message, our affirmation for the week, the mystic message. So I feel an innovating sensation of heart alignment. I feel like I should have put attunement because we're all vibrationally attuning. With that, be sure to check out the moon meditation, the strawberry full moon, emotional maturing process, kind of feeling like since this is a bookend full moon, one at the first and one at the end, I feel like we're going to become emotionally mature at the end or during the season of Cancer. Ultimately, go with what you feel. Along with the Cancer Sacred Spirit Circle, that's up as well. And of course, join me for a virtual experience, Gift and Purpose, arriving August 10th, and a divination session with Believe 33. Rates are going to be elevating after this. I will say that now. I was kind of musing about it, but it's time. I've been kind of sitting there at a standstill. So it's time to move forward, just like the cards in the messages said. Ashe, blessings.